In the 1950s, I heard the music that was coming from America, which was sort of, at that time, it was rock and roll. And obviously, Elvis Presley having birthed this whole thing for everybody else, and also actually coming in under the radar in America, I would say, with Elvis, because he was singing black music of country blues artists, and I don't think they really knew that was the case, and certainly with Little Richard and other black artists that he was covering. A number of sort of musicians at that time were seduced, I'd say, not just by what was coming through the airwaves and what they could play with records, but with this, well, really an iconic figure from over here called Lonnie Donegan, and he again was doing American music. He was doing the music of Lead Belly, but doing what they called skiffle, which was playing acoustic guitar, and he had like a little ensembler with him, electric guitar and a bass player. But suddenly, this whole possibility of, okay, you could hear all this complicated music, because of course it sounded like it was coming from Mars or somewhere, being beamed in, a beacon from Mars. But there was this fellow playing very passionately these old sort of blues songs, and, well, Lead Belly, more country blues songs. And you could see a portal with this acoustic guitar. And all of the guitarists from that sort of period, whether they were in the Beatles or whatever band they were, everybody had the same story about Lonnie Donegan. And I'm the same one. I came into the same way with this portal by Lonnie Donegan and seeing the acoustic guitar and seeing there was a possibility, that it was possible to do this. Well, I did that. I started to learn to play, and I traded up guitars and sort of eventually got to the electric guitar. I think the electric guitar is something which is pretty phenomenal, really, because it comes from America. It's a 6-string electric instrument, so it doesn't have any sort of acoustic resonance to it apart from within itself. And when you think what the electric guitar meant to those people in the sort of 50s, certainly in the 60s, and it started a whole youth revolution, and it could even be said, from what I heard about what was going on in Russia, that it could even have brought down the wall, because the whole politics of what was going on in the West trying to be filtered out in the East, and people were buying records, bootleg records, well, actually not even bootleg records, but for them it was actually a penalty of a jail sentence if they got caught with the music of the 60s. And I know that the Led Zeppelin played a big part in all of that, and I found that to be quite moving when I was told that by the mayor of in Poland, one of the mayors, rock and roll mayor he called himself.